Hey, it's Ellen here. I don't know if you've followed Tony Robbins, the motivational speaker, but one thing that Tony says is that business is like 80% psychology and 20% strategy. And from my experience, I think Tony's right. Now, give me a thumbs up if you're a big Tony fan, like I am. I think that Tony's right. I think that we can learn lots and lots of strategies, but if our head isn't in the game, then we're not going to have the success that we're looking for. And right now, we are running the Social Summit, which is a 5-day free training event inside a Facebook group, which I'll pop the link in here. Actually, let's do this now. So that you've got the link if you want to join. It's not too late. You can watch today's replay. I'll just pop it in there. So the link's in the comments if you want to come along and watch the replay for today's. Today we actually talked about psychology and the mindset that comes in with social media. And I tell you what, there's a bunch of limiting beliefs around social media. I want to tell you, I'm not going to reveal names and stuff, but I've pulled up my phone to scroll through all of the limiting beliefs that so many of the people inside the Social Summit have experienced. So things like this. Let me read this to you. I struggle to come up with ideas, or my company isn't big enough. Who's had that one? Have you ever felt like your business is not big enough to really promote yourself on social media? I felt like that. What about this one? Second guessing yourself, feeling like, I don't want to be wrong. There are so many other property managers and agency principals and business owners out there who follow me, and I don't want to say the wrong thing. I don't want to say something that they don't like or that isn't quite perfect. So all of these sorts of things. Another limiting belief that's come up inside our Facebook group is, how am I going to look or sound when I'm online? And and just the whole analysis paralysis, like, is the background right for this photo? Is there too much background noise for this video? Am I looking right at the camera correctly? All of these sorts of things are coming up. And another one, here's this one that's come up in the group about what my competitors might think of me. This has been a big challenge for me personally, because I've always been scared of what my competitors might think of me. So if you've ever told yourself these sorts of things, if you've ever told yourself, I don't want to say the wrong thing, I don't have a big enough company, I don't have enough followers, I don't want my competitors to see what I'm doing. If they're the stories you're telling yourself when it comes to your social media strategy, and if those things are stopping you from creating consistent content on your social media accounts, if those things are stopping you from using your social media accounts to get rent roll growth that you really deserve, because chances are you offer pretty good property management services, right? So if those excuses are preventing you from creating a social media strategy that is consistent, that is structured so that you actually know what you're posting each day of the week or each week of the month, if those things are stopping you, then I want to invite you to join us inside the Social Summit. We kicked off today. You have missed the live training, but you can still watch the replay. We talked about limiting beliefs today, and tomorrow we're going to talk a little bit more about them. We're going to talk more. Hi, Terry. I've just seen you joined in here. We're going to talk more about how to reframe that so that the stories you're telling yourself are switched, so that you can tell yourself a better story, so that you can show up on social media, so that you don't have those excuses all the time. Because if, as Tony Robbins says, if business is 80% psychology and 20% strategy, if you're telling yourself stuff that is not serving you, then you're not going to be able to use the strategies. We are teaching very practical strategies inside the Social Summit. So you're actually going to learn the 5 categories of social posts. You're going to learn how to map out effectively over a month's worth of content. We're going to create a library of social posts on Friday. So if you'll end up with like 35 to 40 different post ideas from Friday's training. So that's more than a month, probably. So you'll get the strategies, but more importantly, let's fix your psychology. Let's give you the motivation and inspiration you need to show up so that you are consistent on your social media, because that's what you need. You need to keep showing up because the world needs your property management services. The world needs to know about your property management services, and what an amazing resource like social media to be able to broadcast that and show that to the world. Come on over and join the Social Summit. rentrollstarter.com/social summit. Get involved, watch today's replay, and then join in on the live training. I'll see you in there.